Dr. Dinesh Kumar, lecturer in physics, Government Victoria Girls Senior Secondary School, Patiala. ਅੱਜ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੇਟੇ ਮੋਸ਼ਨ ਇਨ ਪਲੇਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਵੈਕਟਰਸ ਦਾ ਟੌਪਿਕ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿਓਮੈਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਮੈਥਡ ਦੇ ਥਰੂ ਅਸੀਂ ਟ੍ਰਾਇੰਗਲ ਲਾ, ਪੋਲੀਗੋਨਲ ਲਾ ਤੇ ਪੈਰਲੋਗ੍ਰਾਮ ਲਾ ਆਫ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਐਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੜਾਂਗੇ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਟ੍ਰਾਇੰਗਲ ਲਾ ਆਫ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਐਡੀਸ਼ਨ, ਇਹਦੀ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ when two vectors of same type are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in certain order, clockwise or anti-clockwise, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the third side of the triangle taken in the opposite order. Now, this is the first vector, this is the second vector, and this is the third vector, which gives the resultant of these two vectors. Let us consider an example. Consider the two vectors, vector P and vector Q. Let us add the two vectors by triangle law. Take the two vectors as sides of the triangle in certain order. This is P vector. Starting point of the second vector Q is the ending point of the first vector P. Now, then the resultant vector is represented as the third side of the triangle. The resultant starts from the starting point of first vector and ends at the ending point of the second vector. Polygonal law of vector addition. The polygonal law is useful to find the resultant of number of vectors graphically. Or the statement है, if a number of vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the sides of a polygon taken in order, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the closing side of the polygon taken in the reverse order. Now this is V1 vector, this is V2 vector, this is V3 vector, this is V4 vector, and this is V5 vector. Now arrange them. Vector V1, vector V2, vector V3, vector V4, vector V5, and vector V gives the resultant of all these vectors. Polygonal V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5 are number of vectors of different magnitude and acting in different orientation. The five vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the five sides of a hexagon taken in anti-clockwise order. Law of vector addition. Statement: if two vectors of same type acting simultaneously at a point are represented in magnitude and direction along the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal drawn from the same side. Let vector P and vector Q be the two vectors having an angle theta between them. Complete the parallelogram ABCD. Let AC equal to R be the resultant of vector. Let resultant makes an angle alpha with P. Construct CE perpendicular to AB. AC the square, that is hypotenuse the square, is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. AE ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਦੋ ਵੈਕਟਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਬਣੇ AB ਤੇ BE, the whole square plus AC the square. Now A plus B square ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ A square plus B square plus 2AB. Similarly AB plus BE ਦਾ square ਹੋ ਗਿਆ AB ਦਾ square plus 2AB into BE plus BE the square plus BC the square. Now BE square plus EC square is equal to BC square by Pythagoras theorem, and BE over BC is equal to cos theta, means BE equal to BC cos theta. Similarly, CE over BC equal to sin theta, so CE equal to BC sin theta. Cos theta is equal to BE by BC, sin theta is equal to CE by BC. So AB square plus 2AB into BC cos of theta plus BC the square. AC equal to R ਦੇ इक्वल है, से बन गया R square is equal to AB P ਦੇ बराबर है, P ਦਾ square, BC Q ਦੇ बराबर है, plus 2AB cos theta, BC Q ਦੇ बराबर है, तो बन गया R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta, and R is equal to square root of P the square plus Q the square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Derivation in triangle ACE. Now we have to find the direction. We have earlier found the magnitude. Tan of alpha is equal to CE upon AE equal to CE upon AB plus BE. BE is equal to BC cos theta and CE is equal to BC sin theta. The tan alpha is equal to BC cos sin theta plus AB plus BC cos of theta. इसका मतलब tan of alpha बन गया is equal to Q sin theta over P plus Q cos of theta. Therefore, alpha equal to tan inverse of Q sin theta over P plus Q cos of theta. Here, alpha is the direction of the vector. Now, when two vectors P and Q are added, the resultant vector will have the magnitude equal to R equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, and the resultant vector makes an angle with respect to the side AB, and alpha equal to tan inverse of Q sin theta over P plus Q cos of theta. Case number 1, when theta is equal to 0, parallel vectors, we know R is equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Theta is 0, cos 0 1, तो ये बन गया R equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ. R is equal to P plus Q दा खोल दा square root ते square root cancel हो गई, तो R is equal to P plus Q. Tan alpha बन गया Q sin of 0 बटा P plus Q plus Q cos of 0. Cos 0 1, sin 0 0. तो अल्फा कितना बन गया 0. ਤਾਂ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟ ਮੈਗਨੀਟਿਊਡ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ R equal to P plus Q, ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ tan alpha ਦੱਸਦਾ ਉਹ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ alpha equal to 0. ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੈਗਨੀਟਿਊਡ ਤੇ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਕੱਢ ਲਈ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਐਂਗਲ 0 ਹੈ, ਮੀਨਸ ਵੈਕਟਰਸ ਆਰ ਪੈਰਲਲ ਵੈਕਟਰਸ. Theta is 180, anti-parallel vector. Now we know R is equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Theta is 180 and cos 180 is minus 1. और तो R बन गया is equal to square root of P square plus Q square minus 2PQ. तब R is equal to square root of P minus Q the whole square. तो square root cancel हो गई, तो R कितना बन गया equal to P minus Q. और अल्फा कटना है Q sin of theta. Theta is 180. P plus Q cos of 180 and alpha is equal to 0 क्योंकि sin 180 0 ਹੁੰਦਾ है. ये उदी होएगा if P is greater than Q. Or alpha is equal to 180 if P is less than Q. If P is greater than Q, alpha is equal to 0. If alpha is equal to 180, then P is less than Q. तो साढ़े कोले मैग्नीट्यूड भी आ गया और डायरेक्शन भी आ गई. थर्ड केस है when theta is 90 degree, means mutually perpendicular to each other. First magnitude R is equal to square root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of theta. Theta is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0, और R is equal to square root of P the square plus Q the square, and direction tan of alpha is equal to Q sin 90 over P plus Q cos of 90. cos 90 0, sin 90 1, आंसर आ गया Q upon P। तो साडे कोल अल्फा बन गया, इट इज इक्वल टू tan MCQ टाइप क्वेश्चंस। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इफ P plus Q is equal to R vector, the first choice है R is always greater than P, second choice है R is always equal to P plus Q, third choice है R is never equal to P plus Q, fourth choice है R may be less than P or Q। ਤਾਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਜੇ ਸਾਡਾ Q ਨਲ ਵੈਕਟਰ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਸ਼ਨ 1 ਕਦੇ ਪੋਸੀਬਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ, क्योंकि उन्होंने लिखे R is always greater than P, ये तो कभी पॉसिबल ही नहीं है। If angle between P and Q is other than 90, option 2 है जेडी is never possible। If angle between P and Q is 90 और ता जेड़ा R is never equal to P plus Q, और R दा मतलब fourth is the correct answer, R may be less than P or Q। This is possible because from a parallelogram theta is 180, then resultant is equal to P minus Q, so it may be less than P or Q। Suppose कर लो, there is an example, if vector Q is equal to 6 and vector P is equal to 10, then resultant is equal to P minus Q, that is equal to 4, so the fourth answer is the correct answer। Question, maximum and minimum resultant of two forces are in the ratio of 4:3, the forces are in the ratio of 7:3, 7:1, second option 1:5, third option 4:7, fourth option 3:7। so the solution is maximum force कदों होएगी, मैंने दो वेक्टर ऐड होंगे F1 plus F2, मिनिमम रिजल्टेंट कदों होगा F1 minus F2, तो दोनों की रेशियो कितनी बन गई F1 plus F2 over F1 minus F2 is equal to 4/3। क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर लो, 3F1 plus 3F2 is equal to 4F1 minus 4F2, ये बन गया 4F1 minus 3F1 is equal to 4F2 plus 3F2, means F1 is equal to 7 times the F2, means F1 upon F2 is equal to 7/1, 7:1, means first is the correct answer। Second question, if two vectors have the magnitude in the ratio 5:8, then their resultant have maximum and minimum magnitude in the ratio of 13:3, 3:1, 8:5, 6:5। Now the solution, P over Q is equal to 5/8, apply Q is equal to means 8P over 5, apply componendo and dividendo, P plus Q over P minus Q is equal to P plus Q, Q किन्ना 8P over 5, just यदि value put करो, solve कर लो, थोड़े को 13:3 बन जाएगा, which means the first is the correct answer। If resultant of two forces, one double the other in magnitude, is perpendicular to the smaller of the two forces, the angle between the two forces is 120 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree or 150 degree। Now solution, first of all draw the diagram। now R is perpendicular to P, perpendicular to smaller of the two forces, and the bigger force केड़ी होगी 2P वाली, और resultant और 2P च एंगल थीटा है, P ते R च 90 डिग्री का एंगल है, और P upon 2P कितना बन गया इक्वल टू साइन थीटा, ते P कैंसल, 1/2 कितना हो गया साइन थीटा इक्वल टू 1/2, मीन थीटा इक्वल टू 30 डिग्री, 90 बैक हो गया, 90 ते 30 कितने हो गए 120। तो करेक्ट आंसर इज फर्स्ट। The resultant of P and Q makes an angle alpha with P and beta with Q, alpha is less than beta, then if first option है P greater than Q, second option है P less than Q, third option है P equal to Q, fourth option है all the above। तो देखिए उन्हें दा सॉल्यूशन देखते हैं। ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਅਲਫਾ ਲੈਸ ਦੈਨ ਬੀਟਾ ਹੈ, then P must be greater than Q। डायग्राम बना के देख लो, P must be greater than Q, so first is the correct answer. If mod of vector p plus q is equal to mod of vector p minus q, then the vector p and q are number 1 parallel to each other, number 2 inclined at 45 degree to each other, number 3 perpendicular to each other, number 4 inclined at 60 degree to each other, and the answer is we know vector p plus vector q is equal to p. Vector p minus vector q are mutually perpendicular as shown below. Now draw the diagram. Take a vector AB equal to p and q is another vector. R is giving the resultant. Now reverse the q. Again find the resultant. It is p minus q. So this is only possible when they are perpendicular to each other. So 3 option is the correct. The resultant of two forces of each of magnitude f acting at a point is square root of 2f. What is the angle between the vector? 90 degree, B option 0 degree, C option 180 degree, D option 45 degree. Now this is very clear. The theta should be 90 degree. So first is the correct. 2 vector is also a vector of unit magnitude. The magnitude of the difference of the two vector is A option 1 unit, B option 2 unit, C option square root of 3 unit, D option is 0. Here the correct answer is it is square root of 3 units. Q.